Hi, folks. Hello, and welcome in to this presentation of playoff hockey. And we are at the Grant Rink in Groton, Massachusetts, on the campus of Lawrence Academy. Happy you're with us on this Wednesday afternoon for part two of our doubleheader in the girls' small division of the NEPSAC tournament. Brendan Locke standing alongside Mike Conley, and we are just moments away from puck drop from the Grant as the Lawrence Academy Spartans face off against the Dragons of St. George's. Let's take it down to the ice for the national anthem.
Something new. Kevin must be feeling patriotic.
Just moments away from puck drop now as we are set to get underway here from the Grant. Lawrence Academy enters this game with a record of 9-12 on the season, ranked fourth in the small school bracket. However, they are winless in their last 5 games. Their last win was the 19th of February, as that was a win over Middlesex by a score of 3-1. That was out at Concord. St. George's lost 3 of their last 4 as they took care of Brooks to finish out the season, but prior to that, it was a 3-game losing streak. Starting goalies, Calissa Bain for St. George's, the junior from Coral Springs, Florida, and opposite her, Olivia Doucette, the sophomore from South Hamilton, Mass. 3.05 goals against, 920 save percentage. LA moving right to left in the home navy blues, navy blue helmets, navy blue pants and socks, white numbers and red trim. St. George's moving left to right in the road whites, black numbers, black pants and helmets with red trim, and it was read well by Glab. Glab from below the goal line trying to set up, got it knocked off her. Lahana will try to move that forward. Ford tried working it out into open space, couldn't be controlled there, pinched along the half boards and banked back in behind Bain. St. George's looking to get moving on the rush. It's an offsides for Lawrence, so they had to tag up. Plenty of time and space for Sarah Burnell, the senior defenseman, to get things moving. Ford able to gain the line and slide that in behind Doucette. Banked along where it's played by Hink. Spat out into the neutral zone, picked up by Costello. She couldn't get a clean handle on it. Stick handled free from Hannon. Hannon now enters the zone down the left wing, threw that out in front, but couldn't be settled there. Tar couldn't get a target. And Hannon into the far corner she goes, forcing a turnover was Tar, spinning away from the pressure of McCarthy. And the shot from way out, shot for a tip that got intercepted by Buzzard. And now out and running are the Dragons. It got banked forward, but only as far as Kayla Rice. And sent back into the LA end. Just about 90 seconds into the opening frame here. Chopped forward. Couldn't be handled by Stewart. Coming back in the other direction was Holland. At the red line, players converge on the puck. It's eventually spooned into the near corner. Chasing after it is Hannon. Turnover, but Hannon comes away with it. Banked along forward. Can't be controlled by Lawrence. And settling things down in neutral ice is Bolding. Bolding, but it got slapped forward by Verdberger. Hannon will play it forward once more for the Spartans. Snapped out through the neutral zone. Upended through neutral ice was Stewart. It fell. Shot that got blocked. That came from Logan. Banked behind the net. And picking this up is Schifrin. Schifrin shot from the top of the circle. And it whizzed by the post of Bain. Pinched along the half boards. Keeping it alive was Hink. And now stepping down was Cookingham. Cookingham, one of the committed players on this Spartans team, headed to Norwich next year. Senior from Gilmanton Ironworks, New Hampshire. Chasing after this puck is Poranacci. Into the near corner she goes. Rubbed off the puck by Hink, and Hink will work that forward. Chasing after it through neutral ice was Cookingham. Picked off by Kayla Rice. Kayla Rice enters the zone 2-on-2. Plenty of speed. No offsides. Drag, shoots. It was blocked aside. She goes for the bank shot. And is it stuck along the post? Poking away at it there. It's still loose. They say they have a goal. We haven't gotten a signal yet. No! First grade A chance of the game. As the shot got blocked aside. Kayla Rice tried to bank it in off the goalie, Bain. And it got denied right at the near post. That was a grade A chance for the Spartans. Shot for a tip, bouncing puck in front, settling it there, but it couldn't be knocked away. Nickerson able to backhand that in along the half boards, picking it up is Rice. Drop pass settled there by Glab. Glab shot from way out, blockered aside by Bain. Thrown out through the goal mouth, but no blue jersey waiting for it there. Now it's the Dragons in the other direction. Unger, 1-on-5. She's the only white jersey in the frame. That got sticked aside by Doucette, and now the Spartans can get running in the other direction. Slapped back in by Holland, but she couldn't get it in deep. The pass got cut off and neutralized by McCarty and settled in the St. George's end by McIntosh. Buffery couldn't find a teammate. It got banked along, picked off once more by McCarty, and 9-ironed into the near corner. Chasing after it there is Hink. Hink picks it up in front of the Zamboni doors. Good forecheck from St. George's. And coming away with this puck now is Tar. Shot into the near corner. Chasing after it is Costello. She picks it up on the rush. Tried to throw it out in front. Couldn't be settled. And at the post, it's sealed there by Bain. 13:42 remaining in a 0-0 game. These two teams did meet once during the regular season. It was down at St. George's on the 15th of December. Lawrence came away with a 5-1 victory. Face off to the left of Bain. Settled in the slot. Backhanded attempt from Tar. Worked into the near corner. Picked up along the half boards. And now getting is Laha. Back behind the net. Hink will play it there. Going to be calling a lot of the same names for Lawrence. Short roster, just 15 names. So not a lot of depth. Something to watch as this game progresses. Nickerson along the half boards. Carried forward and banked in by Stewart. Behind Bain. Coogan able to rim it along, but only as far as Carey, who banked it down low. Working is Stewart to try to poke that puck free. It's eventually settled by Schifrin. Up top. Shot from way out. Got picked off by Verdberger. And working this free now is Van Ogtrop. Flipped in on Doucette, and she'll put a freeze to it there with 12:43 remaining. Still no score. Face-off will be to the left of Bain. Won cleanly by Lawrence, and now they're trying to get out and running. Potential 2-on-1. Coming in with speed, this is Cookingham. Cookingham, and she got knocked away. Great defensive stick from Buffery. Cookingham still with the puck. It's one up top. Hannon shot for a tip. Rebound loose in front, and it got knocked into the near corner. Burnell rimmed all the way around to the half boards where Unger was waiting for it. Holding the line well as that got snapped back in by Hink. And Hannon will play it from there. Sent into the near corner. Plenty of time and space for Buffery. Maggie Buffery, a sophomore from Warwick, Rhode Island. Banked along, forcing a turnover. Hannon cutting to the backhand, and she got knocked off the puck right in front. And we're going to have a penalty coming up on St. George's. So the LA power play will get to work. 11:52 remaining in a scoreless game. It's going to be a tripping call on Annie Unger, junior forward from Old Greenwich, Connecticut. Face-off won cleanly by St. George's, banked along and spat all the way down. Forcing a turnover behind the net, short-handed is St. George's. Turnaround bouncing puck still can't be settled there, and eventually coming away with it is Costello. Costello with speed, driving down the left wing. Couldn't get a clean handle on it. Nice drop pass, shot from way out, and smothered there by Bain. Minute 29 remaining on the man advantage. Jenna Cookingham, the one to watch on this power play unit. Number 5 in blue. She's down at the bottom of your screen right now. Leads the Spartans in points, 30 on the year. Hank finds Schifrin. Hank once more quarterbacking this unit. One-timer, couldn't get knocked through by Rice. Two St. George's players converge on the puck, and it's worked all the way down with a minute remaining on the man advantage. Rice to carry this forward, trying to drag free, poked forward. Rice will pick it up below the goal line, cut off there by Buffery. Bouncing puck can't be settled. Eventually Schifrin falls on it, and she'll look to set up. Still 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Cookingham shot for a tip. Getting a stick to it was Glab, but it got knocked behind the net and cleared all the way down by Buffery. Still 23 seconds left on the man advantage. The Annie Unger tripping call. But St. George is doing an excellent job penalty killing. Despite the zone time, Spartans haven't had too many grade A chances. 10 seconds left, chance for one last rush. Skating 5-on-5 once more as that puck got stuck up at the blue line. Chasing after it was the captain, Laha, and she'll slap it in. Miscommunication on the LA defense as Holland was the first one to that puck. Eventually Spartans came away with it, and it's banked along into neutral ice, settled there by Buffery. She couldn't get it in deep, picked off by the Spartans, and getting a stick to it to wave off the icing was Glab. Quickly up, not settled by Holland, and she just retreats back to the bench as just two white jerseys chase after that puck. Picked off at the right point by Bolding, given down low at the bottom of the circle now, trying to create. Thrown out Parachi along the half boards, trying to work it free. Still can't be settled by anybody. St. George's trying to really get their first chance of the game, as Doucette has not been tested as of yet. Banked along for Costello. She's trying to rub herself free, and eventually it's worked into the near corner. St. George's will head back for a change. Same 5 out on the ice for Lawrence, and that's a miscommunication. The pass was picked off by Verdberger. Verdberger gains the line with speed. Shot from way out, bouncing, and it floated over the shoulder of Doucette. That puck was on edge. Safari couldn't clear it easily, and it's gloved there by Doucette. 8:28 remaining in a 0-0 game. LA just had the lone power play, but just about 2 shots on that. No grade A chances either. Faceoff will be to the right of Doucette. Schifrin to take for Lawrence against Laha. Schifrin got kicked out of the faceoff, so Stewart will take for her. One cleanly into the corner by Stewart. Banked along, holding the point well, was Coogan, but she couldn't get it in deep. Now trying to chase after this puck, rubbed up in front of the St. George's bench was Stewart, and retreating is McCarty. She's trying to bank it forward. Parachi plays it there. Schifrin goes D to D. Hannon will play it from there. Drags free through the neutral zone, but got knocked off her stick. Too far for Logan to handle. Icing was waved off. Back to play it from there is McCarty. McIntosh can get the rush started for the Dragons. Defenseman carrying it forward. She got caught up from behind by Stewart. Bouncing puck can't be settled in neutral ice, and eventually McCarty gets a stick on it and lays it in all the way behind Doucette, forcing a play from Hink. Hink got upended into the far corner. Banked along. Is St. George's going to hold the line? They are. Shot from way out, stick to side by Doucette. That came from Buffery. Buffery once more. 7:20 remaining in the first. The turnover as she blew a tire, cutting right in front of her own net. And now can Lawrence take advantage? Closing down his Gab, looking back door. Now it's spat back out, and a mask save out of Bain. Kayla Rice had the grade A opportunity as she closed in on Bain. But the junior goalie held her ground well, and she fired it directly into the chest of the goalie from Coral Springs, Florida. Unger along the half boards. Cookingham able to settle it, banking it down low. Verderberger tried to throw it out, but collected there by the Spartans. Rice from not angle threw that out in front. Cookingham was waiting on the back door, but it couldn't be settled by anybody. Now coming through with speed is Coogan. Read well by Rice, and it slapped in behind Doucette, where Carey can play it from there. 6:35 remaining in a 0-0 game. Saucer pass was too far for Cookingham, and it's going to be an icing with 6.5 remaining. Faceoff will be to the left of Doucette. Into the near corner it goes. Settled there. Poked free. Carey chasing after it in the far corner. Banked back down low by McIntosh. Pinned up against the kick plate. Can't be settled by anybody. St. George's comes away with it. Pinched up along the Zamboni doors. Falls back up top to McIntosh. Shot from way out. Getting a stick to it was Doucette. Along the half boards. Can't be controlled by anybody. Eventually Laha able to try to bank it up top, but it's McIntosh who will retreat out into neutral ice. Worked free by Ford. She tried to get it in deep, but cut off by Hannon. Trying to drag free is Tar. Drop pass couldn't be settled by Glab. Her shot was high and wide, and it's banked back down low, recollected by Glab. Glab looking for an option. Shot from the top of the circle. It couldn't get through all the wash. McCarty settles on it. Buffery and nobody home, and that's going to be an icing with 5:20 remaining in the opening 18 minutes. Captain Maddie Laha to take the face-off for St. George's in the defensive zone. The captain of this Dragons squad, senior from North Attleboro, Mass, 32 points on the season. That leads this Dragons squad. Ford slaps that in and is able to spoon it behind Doucette, where it's collected there by Hink. Helped along into neutral ice it goes, only as far as Buffery, laid it back in. Hannon will have to play it from there, but plenty of time and space for her as the Dragons were offsides. Now she slaloms through the neutral zone, carrying it, potentially dragging free, option in the middle. She goes for the shot and gets a save out of Bain as the one-timer went way over the net from Hink. Holland able to work that out into neutral ice. Costello reversed it, but it was read well by Buffery. Helped along at the blue line, held there by Hannon. Hannon trying to poke it forward, settled by Tar. Tar gains the line, cuts to the middle, fires, rebound loose, puck still free, poking away at it there, and Bain forces another whistle with 4:19 remaining in the opening period, and the Spartans have had the better of play thus far. Calissa Bain has been excellent, controlling rebounds as well. Face-off won cleanly by the Spartans. At the left point, it's banked back in by Logan, trying to drag it free. Ford is able to settle on it. Now it's Laha one-on-one, leading point getter. Laha shot from the top of the circle, stick to side by Doucette. No issue for her. Laha forces a turnover, and she scores! That's why she leads them in points. Right when it felt like everything was going in LA's direction, Maggie Laha forces a turnover right at the goal line, spins away with it, and picks the corner on Doucette, and it's 1-0 St. George's. Picked up by Cookingham as that goal came at 14 minutes of the first period, and St. George's who gets on the board first. This is Rice. Worked up top, snapping it around are the Spartans. Trying to drag free is Glab. Glab still with possession of it. Thrown out in front. Couldn't get it on Cookingham's stick, and now the other way it's Unger. Unger gains the line. Cookingham bearing down on her. Shot from way out, flutters, gloved there with 3:22 remaining in the opening period. 1-0 score off the stick of Maddie Laha. Face off to the right of Doucette. Won cleanly by St. George's. Helped along Lyle. Able to bank that back in. Poked free by Buffery. Can't be settled by anybody at the top of the circle. Buffery at the right point. Shot from way out. Rebound available. Puck sitting in front of the goalie Doucette, but eventually settled there. Hank able to drag free, and now she's chasing after it. Costello from way out. Got gloved aside by the goalie Bain. Into the near corner it goes. Tar able to collect it there at the near hash. It's poked up into neutral ice and sent all the way down for an icing with 2:42 remaining. Face-off will be to the right of Bain. Logan falls on it, looking for an option. She'll circle it around, drop pass, finds Glab. Glab dipping below the goal line, trying to work it free. She eventually settles on it. It's Stewart from below the goal line, up top to Carey. Her shot, rebound available in front, and smothered once more by Bain. This has been the majority of the game. LA, majority of the action has been right in front of the camera here. But they have not been able to solve Calissa Bain as of yet. Can Glab do anything about it? She tried to stick handle through a mass of white jerseys, and now coming in the other direction is Parachi. Parachi shot from way out into the far corner it goes. She'll chase after the shot that got blocked from her. And now coming away with it is LA. Worked up along the half boards, read well there by Verteberter. And it's worked into the near corner. Plenty of time and space for Nickerson to play it from there. Reversed up. Carey will play it. Bouncing puck in neutral ice. Still can't be settled. Cookingham. And now it's eventually settled by Glab. Glab closes, drags, and it's a good stick from Coogan. There filling in for Glab was Carey, but she couldn't get a clean shot on it. Poked through Glab's skates. And it's worked all the way out into the neutral zone. Slapped back in. D-to-D pass with Hink. Hink trying to bank it free. In front of the penalty benches. Players converge on the puck. 2 blue, 2 white. Players still tied up there. Chasing after it there is Verteberter. She's able to poke it free from Hannon. Hannon falls on it. And now chasing after this is Cookingham. Cookingham at the far hash looking for an option. Spins free. Working on Unger. Reverse down low. We're going to have another penalty coming up on St. George's. Delayed penalty coming up. 55 seconds left in the period. Puck stuck up along the kick plate. Cookingham still with it. Trying to spin free from McIntosh. 3 blue jerseys on the puck there. But McIntosh actually came away with it. And we're going to have a checking penalty. And it is going to be on Allie McIntosh. Junior defenseman from Duxbury heads to the box, and Lawrence will have their second power play of the game, 46 seconds remaining. Face-off won by Lawrence. They'll bank it down low where Glab will play it there, setting up below the goal line. Can't be settled. Eventually coming away with it is Cookingham, getting some support there from Nickerson. Settled by Glab. Glab trying to drag free. Unable to get past. It was read by McCarty, and that's sent all the way down with 18 seconds left in the opening 18 minutes. Working it free. Thrown out in front by St. George's. Pad save by Doucette. And with 7 seconds left, Lawrence maybe has a chance for one last rush. Cookingham. Top of the circle, trying to drag free, and it's a good defensive stick, and that went through the crease, but couldn't be settled by anybody in a blue jersey. 18 minutes gone, 36 to go here from the Grant rink. We have a 1-0 game. 2 penalties to St. George's, but right now the difference is Maddie Laha's goal. That was her 16th of the season, and that is the difference right now. It's 1-0 Dragons after the opening 18.
That was a tough one to give up.
Yeah, brutal. They were playing great.
Yeah, they were all playing that one.
Sounds okay, stream's okay.
Well, we'll double check it. Because we're using this mixer, it's not going through the camera, so I can't listen to it. Oh, shoot. Just a quarter. problem with the game.
It does look like rock. It does look like rock.
Robbie showed up, I guess he lost the brother, did it for charity or something, shaved his head.
Oh no, his kids want to hunt it. Yeah, he told like the 10-year-old, if you guys win this tournament, I'll show you.
But I showed up for, I don't know, he did, we practiced and, you know, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then, I realized, that's shaved his beard. I did that one where we moved in, Santa Claus, I was like, what's good about these games, you only have to go home and watch the Celtics game.
Well, I'm stopping. I'm covering, not covering, but stopping at the Arlington St. John's Prep game.
What is it? Rodney last after game he picked up for tomorrow night basketball. Watch some high school. I love Quincy.
Oh, that's a way.
Such a good ball.
That's a way. Get your gas covered for that one. $0.62 for every mile over 90.
Yeah, something like that.
My problem is that they'll send me down to like a game with like Archbishop or like Archie's, and it takes me like an hour and a half to get there on like 6 o'clock on a weekday. But it's like 18 miles, so I don't get my gas covered for it.
Right,
But
yeah.
I'm just sitting. It takes me long. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it takes me longer than if I were to go out 90 miles to Worcester.
Yeah, if you have to cross Boston at
Yeah.
rush hour.
Yeah, Southeast Expressway. It's just a disaster.
You ready to go back on?
Yeah.
Well,
Hi, folks. Hello, and welcome back to this presentation of Lawrence Academy Hockey. As this small school matchup is underway, and through the opening 18 minutes, the St. George's Dragons are leading the Lawrence Academy Spartans by a score of 1-0. Maddie Laha was the one who got the scoring started for the Dragons. She scored at 14 minutes unassisted of the first period, forcing a turnover behind the Lawrence Academy net, turned out in front with it and picked the corner on Olivia Doucette. That is the difference right now. Lawrence does have a carryover power play, minute 14 remaining on an Allie McIntosh checking call. So the Spartans will carry over with that and look to level the scoring at 1. And we are just about set for puck drop to start the second period. Lawrence moving left to right. St. George's moving right to left. Officials took a little bit longer getting on the ice, a little bit of a delay. Now they're ready, and we can drop the puck and get underway. Settled by Lawrence and carried forward by Glab. Glab was maybe the best player on the ice in the opening 18 minutes. Nothing to show for it as of yet, but plenty of chance creation. Playing a 1-2 there with Rice. Trying to poke it free in the near corner. Buffery there for St. George's. Eventually settled by Cookingham, one up top. And settled by Hink, 1-2. Cookingham below the goal line. Tried to throw it out in front. Spat back up to Hink at the left point. Cookingham once more below the goal line and fired too hard for Hink. She couldn't handle that pass. And with half a minute remaining on the man advantage, forcing a turnover there was Parachi. Into the near corner, poked free by Laha. She'll pin it up against the kick plate, try to kill off the rest of the time. Now it's Schifrin to carry it forward, up to Cookingham. Cookingham will try to drive wide. She might be in on a breakaway. She is, drags, shoots, and it just missed the net. Bain may have gotten a pad to it there. Glab, Schifrin along the half boards, up top. Hink, shot from way out, looking for a tip, was wide. We're skating 5-on-5 once more. Banked below the goal line. Is coming out onto the ice was Chase Van Ogtrop. As McIntosh came back from the bench. That was forcing a save out of Bain. It spat behind her. She didn't locate the puck on the shot that came from Glab. Laha trying to settle it there. Buffery banked it out into neutral ice. Picked up by Laha. She's got speed. And now she closes in on a breakaway. Laha! And she scores! Maddie Laha, her second of the game. And St. George's takes a 2-0 lead. Looked like it may have been a 2-on-1, but Laha just took that all herself, her 34th point of the year. 17th goal, and it's Maddie Laha to get the scoring started in the second. St. George's expanding their lead after Lawrence can't capitalize on the power play. Costello worked that out into neutral ice, 15:55 remaining in the second period. Laha, the senior from North Attleboro, Mass, leads the St. George's Dragons in points. That's banked down, icing waved off, played by Coogan from there. Helped all the way around along the half boards. McIntosh to pick it out into neutral ice. Can't be settled. Eventually, McIntosh falls back on it. Bolding trying to settle it as well. Shot from way out. No issue for Doucette as it was wide from Buzzard. Trying to poke it free. Now closing, shooting, and another save out of Doucette. That time it came from Ford. Young St. George's team, Ford, one of the freshmen on this team. Out of York, Maine, she has 20 points on the season, so plenty of production from a freshman there. That got one up top, shot sticked aside, and Doucette puts a freeze to it there. Six freshmen on this St. George's team. One up top once more. Shot from way out. Gloved there by Doucette. That time it came from Bunnell. So despite Lawrence having probably the better of the play, certainly the better of the chances, Maddie Laha has made no mistake right in front of the net twice. Into the near corner. Worked out. Chasing after that is Parachi. Trying to poke it free was Hannon. It's one up top. Settled by Laha, bouncing puck, skitters through the crease, poking away at it there. Still can't be settled. Shot blocked once more by Hannon. Now the Spartans are trying to get out and running, unable to. Bunnell settles it, and she'll retreat back to the bench. Out into neutral ice it goes. That was a great chance. Buffery able to slap that back in deep, but Doucette, it just dribbled onto her, and she didn't quite get a clean handle on it, forcing a rebound. Now Cookingham will chase after that puck, but it's going to be an icing with 14:27 remaining. That was as good of a chance as we have seen in this game. St. George's unable to make it a 3-0 game. Faceoff will be to the right of Doucette. Settled in neutral. Eventually settled there by Hannon. Holding the line well was McCarty. Hannon will retreat back behind her own net to try to get some speed and work it forward. Poked free by Unger. Spat out into neutral ice. McIntosh was able to get a stick on it. And eventually Glab tried to play Cookingham forward. Hank trying to bank it forward. Icing waved off as getting a stick to it was a St. George's player. Now carrying this forward is McCarty. Backhanded along, picked off by Nickerson. Caitlin Nickerson, sophomore from Framingham. Sent in, Hannon will play it once more. Safari through neutral ice, looking for Costello. Shaking free was Laha. Behind the net of Doucette. Tar chasing after it, 1-on-2. Ford trying to work it free. Ford comes away with it, looking for an option. Gives it up top to McIntosh. McIntosh will dip down below the circle, threw that out in front. Bouncing puck couldn't be settled as Costello got a stick onto it. Verteberter reverses it down low, read well by Hannon. Costello falls onto it and backhands along where Hannon can try to chase it forward, but the defenseman trying to avoid getting stuck in the rush, still chasing after the puck. As eventually it's settled by St. George's with Ford. She'll reverse it along the half boards. And Ford will pick this up once more, gaining the line, now closing. Backhanded attempt and a pad save out of Doucette. Tar helped it along. Laha with speed, watch out. Closing once more, dragging, and another save out of Doucette to keep it a 2-0 game. Man, can Laha strike quickly. Holland, Bolding at the top of the circle. Blowing a tire was Logan. Still stuck up along the half boards. Carey eventually settles it, but she turned it over. Holland closing, and it's Doucette who makes another save. She has been really sharp in this second period. Carey trying to pinch that puck free. Shot from an angle. Sitting on the top of the crease. Can't be settled. Another save by Doucette. Buzzard from about 5 feet out. And she couldn't slam it home. Really good shift here from the Dragons. Stewart trying to get things moving. It poked free from Coogan. And now it's Laha. Laha with an option in the middle. Looking back door. And she just missed the far post. Doucette may have gotten a pad to it. Laha thrown out in front again. Backhanded attempt. And it poked free. Pericini trying to get that on target. Banked along. Still can't be settled. Carey will just look to slow things down with Hink. Hank will carry it forward herself, gains the red line, and snaps that in on Bain. And we'll put a freeze to it there with 11:14 remaining in a 2-0 game. Face off to the right of Bain. Settled there by Glab on the face-off win by the Spartans. Poked free by Bunnell. Helped along the half boards and slapped back in by Rice. Still no clean possession for anybody. Buffery able to get on it in front of the Zamboni doors. Trying to come away with it there is Glab. Cookingham settles on it. One up top to Hannon. Shot was well wide. Racing to it is Unger. She couldn't clear the zone cleanly, but Glab will retreat back out into neutral ice. Hannon banking it down low. Chasing after it there is Cookingham. Trying to go low to high are the Spartans, settled by Glab. Shot from an odd angle was well wide. Nickerson pinches down at the left point, trying to create stick handling through a number of blue jerseys. Costello settles it there. Check that, that's Cookingham. Worked out, but settled once more by Glab. Glab shoots, and Bain able to freeze it there with the right pad. 10-11 remaining in a 2-0 game. Faceoff will be to the right of Calissa Bain. Collected by McIntosh. Worked forward for Ford. Ford will hoof it in down the left wing. Tried to throw it in the middle. Couldn't be settled by Laha. Thrown out in front, and it couldn't be put on target by Parachi. Tar trying to work it forward. Nice 1-2 through the neutral zone, but it got knocked off. Now chased into the near corner. St. George's with plenty of time and space. McCarty working it along the half boards, and Laha will slow things down. Rink wide pass settled by Ford. Still with possession, trying to work it up to Parachi. 1-on-3. Shot was blocked by Hink. Safari given up top. Buzzard now closing, but it was knocked off the side of the cage. Buzzard recollects, tried to drag it out in front. Unable to pull the move off, and that's banked all the way down. Shouldn't be an icing with Costello chasing after it. McCarty able to work it forward, and now it's the Dragons in the other direction. Bolding, given in the middle. Shot, blocker save, rebound available, and they score! Cora Buzzard. And the Dragons make it 3-0. Buzzard pots her 7th of the year. And 2 goals in the span of about 8 minutes make it 3-0. Cookingham trying to do something about it. Shot from way out, gloved by Bain. Buzzard, the junior from Branford, Connecticut, and chasing after her own rebound, is able to collect it and pick the corner on Doucette once more. Into the far corner. Rice trying to settle it up top for Carey. And it's worked out into neutral ice, where it can be carried forward, but knocked off her stick as Unger tried to work it. And now it's Cookingham 1-on-2. Drags and knocked off her stick by Lyle. Lyle got upended. Lawrence with possession once more, but a really good stick from guess who? Number 17 in white, Laha. She'll chase after it herself. Not a lot of options for her. She's got Ford as the late arriving forward. Pinned up against the kick plate. And 2 blue jerseys and 2 white jerseys will settle on it. 7:50 left in a 3-0 St. George's lead. Worked out Laha waiting in the middle. Ford comes away with it, tried to find Laha. Hannon able to work it along to the half boards. Cookingham chasing after it at the right point, and it's slapped back in. Glass and out attempt from Hannon. Parachi can't settle it either. Cookingham comes away with it. Down the right wing, shot from way out. Smothered there by Bain. 7:21 remaining in a 3-0 game. The Dragons have been opportunistic in their scoring opportunities, as they, majority of the zone time, especially in the first period, went the way of Lawrence, but they've not been able to solve Calissa Bain. That's banked behind the net. Logan couldn't keep it alive, and it's hoofed forward by McIntosh. The defenseman will carry it forward. Tried to bank it for herself, but it got knocked aside by Hannon. Settled by Logan. She'll come in down the left wing. Got knocked off the puck as well. Worked out into neutral ice. Chasing after this is Buzzard. Hank couldn't get a handle on it either. Doucette worked it along, and she'll freeze it there. Buzzard exchanging some words with Hannon there, as the two maybe weren't fans of the way that situation was handled. Doucette certainly not taking any chances. 6:47 remaining in a 3-0 game. Face off to the right of Doucette. Laha to take against Tar. Ford now to take as Laha got kicked out. Safari couldn't get a clean handle on it. Laha into the near corner. Banked up top. Still can't be settled by St. George's. Laha eventually stick handles free. Banked it out. Chasing after it in the far corner is Paracini. Nickerson to carry it forward. Safari finds Costello from way out. Glove down by Bain. Bain has been excellent in this game. Really no stretched out or difficult saves for her. Everything has been in her chest and controlling rebounds very well as well. Rice got kicked out of the faceoff. Glab to take for Lawrence. Glab trying to work it free. Getting upended behind the net was McIntosh. St. George's bench wanted a penalty that they didn't get. Backhanded attempt was sent wide. Thrown out in front. Couldn't be settled by anybody in the blue jersey. And it's worked in by St. George's. Forecheck forces a turnover. Forge fires, and it was off the side of the net. Rice worked it up top. Cookingham slaloms through the neutral zone, 1-on-4, and she got it poked away. It's going to be an offsides on Lawrence with 5:41 left in the second. Neutral zone face-off. Hannon will rim that all the way around. Into the near corner it goes. Coogan to try to work it out, but it's settled by LA. Stewart coming away with it. Schifrin will settle it there. Looking for an option. She'll give it up top. Tried to play a 1-2 with Hannon. Miscommunication. Now Hannon from the top of the circle. That dove in on Bain, but no issue for her regardless. And it remains a 3-0 game. Faceoff will be to the right of Bain. Schifrin to take for LA, won cleanly by Laha. Into the far corner. McCarty tried working it along the half boards, and now it's Laha. Knocked off by Schifrin. Logan trying to poke it forward, still unable to. Schifrin couldn't get it in deep either. Players converge in front of the LA bench, and Laha will settle on it and dip below her own goal line. Hannon from her own end, rimmed all the way around. Hink put a stop to it, but I think it was intended along the half boards for Stewart. That got sent down as icing was waved off in on Bain. Picked off by Stewart at the right point. Bouncing puck can't be settled. Reversed by Costello. And that shot was once again frozen as it came from Tar. Face off to the left of Bain. One at the point. Reverse down low. Tar. Safari trying to work it free. Costello racing to it from Lawrence. Holding the left point was Carey. She banked it down low. Safari chasing after it, coming away with it in the corner. Players converge into the near corner. Trying to hold the line there was Nickerson. Still at the point. Now it's Nickerson closing, shooting, and it's a glove save out of Bain. 3:46 remaining in a 3-0 game, and that's another chance gone by the wayside for the Spartans. Faceoff will be to the left of Bain. Cookingham in the near corner, able to work it free. Shot from the top of the circle, no issue for Bain. McIntosh trying to work it out, but LA able to grab a hold of it as Hink sent that well wide. Glab in the far corner, winning it free to Ford. Ford will carry it down the right wing. Now she drags free. Ford runs along into the half boards at the left point. It's worked down low. Laha trying to chip after it. She settles it behind the net, looking for an option. Backhanded out in front, and Cookingham will come away with it. Cookingham, she may be in, but was able to catch up, and McIntosh made a great back-checking play. Now it's a passing attempt, and they score! Oh, what a pass from Kayla Rice. It pinballed around in front. Hannon came on with it, and we got a 3-1 game. LA finally breaks through. Kaylee Hannon. The junior from Littleton making it a 3-1 game with under 3 minutes remaining in the second. Puck worked free into the LA end, where Carey can play it from there as Spartans try to fight their way back into this game. These two teams met in December, and Lawrence won by a score of 5-1. Banked along off the glass in neutral ice, settled there by Nickerson. She's trying to go D to D. Stewart can't grab a hold of it. And Holland trying to poke it free in front of the LA bench, and it's settled there by Buzzard. Buzzard already with a goal on the afternoon. Backhanded attempt. It squeaked through Doucette. Now it's stuck up against the back of the cage. Doucette made the initial save. Two players tied up behind it, and it's frozen right at the far post by Doucette as Buzzard, with a backhanded attempt, got through the padding of Doucette, but somehow it ricocheted past the post. Shot was blocked. That came from Buffery and tipped up into the netting with 1:59 remaining. Faceoff will be to the left of Doucette. Tar to take the faceoff against Laha. One over to Buffery. Buffery banks it down low. Redwell from Laha collects at the near hash. Reversed once more for Ford. Working on Hink. Ford, Laha. Laha comes away with it, but it's poked free by Hannon and worked after. Costello will chase after it there. Costello at the bottom of the circle. Shot from an odd angle. Went past the goal mouth, but I don't think Bain got a piece of it. Banked back down low by Safari. Costello back on it. Throw that out in front. And it got deflected up into the air. Eventually settled by St. George's on the shot from Tar. And do we have a delayed penalty or offsides? We have a high sticking call, so it's going to be a penalty on the Spartans. We'll see who it's on. And it's going to be on Costello. For a high stick, Georgia Costello, the junior from Winchester, will head to the box, and for the remainder of this second period, the Dragons will be on a power play, their first power play of the game. Bouncing puck can't be settled, especially with this top line for the Dragons. This is a dangerous power play unit with Laha and Ford. It's Laha in the far corner, coming away with it. Verderberder tried to go D to D. It got knocked aside. Laha one-timer, and it got blocked there by Hink. Hink, shot from way out, bounced in on Bain, and forcing a whistle there with 36.6 remaining in the second. 1:21 left on the man advantage. St. George's came out to a 3-0 lead, but LA got it back to within 2 as Kaylee Hannon was able to get a goal with about 5 minutes to go. Pinched up in front of the Zamboni doors. McIntosh comes away with it. Worked forward, and now it's St. George's who will carry it forward. Down the left wing, looking for an option in the middle. Buzzard's drive. Forced a pad save, and the rebound spat back out to McIntosh. Holding the line well there was Buffery. Banked back down low, and it's settled. Looking in the middle for Buzzard. Laha falls on it with 5 seconds left. One up top. They need to shoot. Buffery. Pad save from Doucette, and the clock will run down. A 3-goal second period. 2 from St. George's and 1 from Lawrence Academy. 44 seconds remaining on the Costello high sticking call. But we have 18 minutes remaining in the game. 3-1 your score. 36 minutes down. 18 to go here from the Grant Rink. Ready to go, Mike? Hi, folks. Hello, and welcome back to the Grant Rink, where we bring you this presentation of Lawrence Academy Hockey. Through the opening 2 periods, it is a score of 3-1 in favor of the Dragons of St. George's. Brendan Locke standing alongside Mike Conley. Through the first period, we had just 1 goal, and it came from Maddie Laha. She got her 16th of the year, the senior from North Attleboro, and then just a minute 30 into the second, she would get her second, making it a 2-0 lead in favor of St. George's, and it wouldn't take long after that for St. George's to get their third, making it 3-0 off the stick of Cora Buzzard, the junior from Brantford, Connecticut. LA would get one back in the final 3 minutes of that second period as Kaylee Hannon got on the board to make it 3-0. So St. George's looking to move on in the final 18 minutes. LA trying to pull themselves back into it. We have 44 seconds remaining on a Georgia Costello high sticking penalty. St. George's power play is still in their first attempt, as Costello, the first Spartan to serve a penalty. And it will be Maddie Laha to get things started. McIntosh helped it forward. Couldn't be settled by anybody. McIntosh will get things going once more. Ford down the right wing. Drop pass, couldn't be settled, and it's slapped out and cleared by Rice. Buffery. Ford once more. Drags. Closes and settled into the near corner. 7 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Laha settles, and she'll go all the way around. We're skating 5-on-5 once more. Laha blew a tire. Costello looking for a breakaway. It's sent all the way down and flipped up into the LA bench with 17:11 remaining. See where this faceoff will be. And it's going to be in the offensive zone of the Dragons. Rice to take the faceoff. Rice came away with it, trying to poke it free. Settled out, neutralized by St. George's, backhanded back in, but Carey able to put a settle on it there. Banks forward for Glab. Trying to drag free was Rice, cut off there by Holland. Nickerson to carry it forward, looking for Glab in the middle, got it knocked off. Van Ogtrop able to work that out into neutral zone. Settled by Buzzard. She backhanded along. Cookingham looking for a breakaway, but it was read extremely well by Verderberger. Shot from way out. Sticked aside by Doucette. Into the near corner it goes. Trying to drag free. Pinching down was Ford. Ford settles at the blue line, and it's an offsides with 16:19 remaining. Neutral zone faceoff controlled by St. George's, but poked free as Logan tries to chase after it. Reversed the other way by Lyle. Along the half boards, picked up by Stewart, and 9-ironed out into neutral ice, or Stewart picks it up, Ford picked it up at the blue line, and that shot was well wide. Into the far corner it goes, where Schifrin can chase after it. Thrown out front, bouncing puck on the doorstep, couldn't be settled, reversed by Laha, but it got blocked aside, and now Holland will try to work it free. Stuck up against the cage. Holland comes away with it in the near corner. Reverse down low, and coming away with this was Hink. And that's flipped up into the penalty bench with 15:35 remaining. Faceoff will be to the right of Doucette. In a 3-1 game, as LA has not gotten off to the start that they've wanted to. Really not a lot of chances. Blowing a tire there was Safari along the half boards. Reversed over. And Rice can play it, trying to work it up top to Costello. Still can't be settled. Tar chasing after it. Costello trying to poke it free so she can get going on the rush, but unable to do so. Safari couldn't settle it either. Now McCarty trying to bank it along. Too far for Holland to handle. McIntosh from behind her own net. 15 minutes even remaining in the game. Tar given. Puck ping-pongs along. McCarty. And this is Ford. Finally some open space for her. Got an option in the middle. Ford feeds it over, but it was a good back check from Cookingham to break it up. Ford once more at the top of the circle, trying to drag free. Shot out that never got off the ice. Got blocked aside. And Rice can settle it and try to move it forward. Cut off by Laha. Laha gives it up top. And Ford, who's headed back to the bench, can try to work it in. Cookingham was in the midst of a change, but puck fell right on her stick. Hannon helped it forward. And Glab can lay that in. Coogan reversed it for Holland. Holland able to get it out into neutral ice and picked up by Van Ogtrop. Van Ogtrop one-on-one, trying to drag wide, and a good stick from Hannon to knock her off the puck. Van Ogtrop still working the puck free. It got poked around, pinballed in between the hash marks, couldn't be settled, and now it's Verteberter. Tried to give it down low. Van Ogtrop there as well. Hannon trying to work that puck free in the near corner, and it's Hannon to settle things down, trying to give it up top. Glab falls onto it, but holding the line well was St. George's, and now chasing after it is Coogan, but Cookingham there as well. Cookingham comes away with it, fires, and it's another save by Bain, bouncing puck in front, and Bain freezes once more. Man, that's a big save by Calissa Bain to keep it a 3-1 game as Jenna Cookingham. That is as good of a chance as we have seen for the Spartans, but they've not been able to solve Bain repeatedly. Shot from way out, bounced into the near corner. Logan working it up against the kick plate. Puck is stuck. Coming away with it is Schifrin. Schifrin below the goal line. Laha there on her at the left point. Carey, bouncing puck, banks behind the net. Logan picks it up there, tried the wraparound attempt, but she got cut off by Buffery. Schifrin there at the near hash, trying to create for herself. Shot from an odd angle, got blocked by her teammate Logan. Logan trying to chase after that puck, and Laha will settle it there and now hoof it forward. Over the blue line, and she finds a teammate in Procini. Now she stick handles free, poked forward, chance on the doorstep. Puck stuck up against the side of the cage, it spit out in front, and the official lost track of it. So we're going to have a whistle and a face-off in the LA defensive zone as Doucette is able to keep it a 3-1 game with 12:27 remaining. Hannon trying to spring Costello free. She collects and now driving one-on-one, but it got knocked aside. Good stick from McCarty. Shot from way out. Rebound available. Couldn't be settled. Into the far corner it goes. Bolding chasing after it there. Worked out, but the glass and out attempt failed, and now we have a whistle for a hand pass. And is it on Lawrence or is it on St. George's? It is on St. George's, so the faceoff will be in neutral ice. 12 minutes even remaining in the game. 3-1 scoreline still. D-to-D pass carried forward by Hannon, banked along. McCarty able to put a stop to it there. Trying to push it forward was Hannon once more, and McCarty pulls it off again. McCarty gains the zone down the right wing, dipping out. Threw that out in front. Couldn't be settled by anybody in a white shirt. And now coming back the other way are the Spartans. Kayla Rice with speed down the left wing. Shot from way out. And it very nearly squeaked through Bain. But she's able to make the save with 11:33 remaining. Face off to the right of Bain, won cleanly by St. George's. Verderberter worked forward, holding the line well there was Nickerson. Can't be settled, shot from way out, got blocked aside. Trying to pull away with it is Verderberter. Good forechecking from Logan. Players tied up. St. George's bench wanted a hook, they didn't get one. Schifrin comes away with it now in the near corner, giving it up top. But a bouncing puck can't be settled. Now it flutters, tipped on net. And a save from Bain. That came from Carey. 11:04 remaining. LA trying to pull themselves back in this game. Schifrin against Laha. Laha won it cleanly. Puck stuck up against the kick plate. Still can't be settled there. Logan trying to chase it free. And Laha will pick it up now, 2-on-2. Trying to work wide on Carey. Read extremely well by Carey to put a stop to her there. And Logan will carry it forward, 2-on-2. And offsides. Clover Logan just hesitated at the blue line for a moment, and Stewart couldn't hold up. We'll have a neutral zone faceoff with 10:36 remaining. Bouncing puck can't be settled. Hannon eventually able to get a hold of it. Rebound wasn't gloved down. Bain didn't get a clean hold of it, and it was worked into the corner. Buffery was right there. Holland through the neutral zone. Eventually Cookingham came down with it. Hank backhanded it forward for Cookingham, too far for her to handle. Buffery back forward for St. George's. Cookingham trying to lay it along for Glab. Glab, drop pass finds Hannon. Hannon shot for a tip, was well wide. Put a stop to it there by Buffery. Cookingham held the line, as did Hank. Hank tried to tee up a shot, but took too long. And working it out into neutral ice was Holland. Holland, Hank spins away from her and flips that in deep. LA goes for a change. Plenty of time and space for Buffery to work it forward. Tar into the near corner, trying to work that puck free. Nickerson there as well, backhanded along. Now trying to spring loose. Costello couldn't get a clean handle on it. Now she has it at the blue line, chasing after it at the near hash. Banked forward, still unable to get a handle on it as the puck pinballs around. Holding the line there was Carey. Costello working it up against the kick plate, and it spat all the way down. It signaled for an icing, but waved off as the puck didn't reach. So Nickerson has to go the full length of the ice. 9 minutes remaining. Spartans still trail by 2. Rink-wide pass cut off there by Holland and slapped back in deep. Nickerson will try again, leaving it for Tar. Tar tried to bank it out. Still can't be settled. Costello through the neutral zone, trying to work it over. At the red line, players converge on the puck. Coming away with it there was Buzzard. And Buzzard now one-on-one, driving wide. Drags, backhanded attempt, and Doucette read it well. 8:28 remaining, and Cora Buzzard, I don't remember calling her name in the opening period, but she's been excellent in the second and the third, just all over the ice. The assistant captain got her 7th goal of the season in the second. Worked into the far corner. Stewart poked it forward. Schifrin tried the bank pass. She's chasing after it now. Stewart collects below the goal line. Stewart with some time and space, banks it up top for Hannon. Hannon shot for a tip, and it got tipped, but it didn't get on net as Logan got a stick to it. Snapped rink wide and settled by Percini. Stewart. Hannon gains the line and lays that in. Laha pushed forward for Van Ogtrop. Van Ogtrop gains the blue line down the right wing, flipped in on Doucette, and Doucette puts a freeze to it there. 7.5 minutes remaining in this third period. 1 goal in the first for St. George's, 2 in the second. LA was able to cut it to 3-1 with about 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Worked out into neutral ice. Blowing a tire was Glab, but it got settled by Cookingham. Cookingham opted against the shot, now looking for an option. Found one in Nickerson, shot for a tip. Rebound available, poking away at it there. Couldn't elevate it up above Bain. Cookingham threw it out in front again. And now coming away with it was Buzzard. Was that the chance for the Spartans? It's Buzzard in the other direction. Into the near corner, only white jersey in the frame, eventually settled there by Rice. Too far, and icing was waved off as getting a piece of it was Nickerson, and didn't reach either. Ford couldn't get a handle on that. Icing waved off. Into the near corner it goes. Carey to chase it down. Tar trying to work it free. Stuck up against the kick plate. St. George's comes away with it with Laha. Laha at the bottom of the circle. Now cutting to the backhand. It got poked away by Doucette. Good stick from her. Good response shift from the Dragons, but now it's Cookingham in the offensive zone trying to work it free against McIntosh. Converged up in the near corner. 6:10 remaining. 2 blue jerseys against 2 white. Glab couldn't come away with it. McIntosh is able to skate freely through the neutral zone, but Cookingham on the back check able to make her dump it in back behind Doucette. St. George's gets a fresh 5 on the ice, trying to drag free. Good stick as Glab couldn't work it past Holland. Hannon trying to poke it in deep, unable to do so. Tar from her own end. Flipped up into the LA bench. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. 5.5 minutes remain. Logan one-on-one. Drags free, cutting to the backhand, and an excellent stick from defenseman Verderberter. Stewart at the near hash, trying to work that puck. Settled by Logan. Up top to Nickerson. Shot pad save by Bain. Logan. Thrown out in front, but it couldn't be settled there as Stewart tried to center that pass, and coming away with it now is Verdberter. St. George's retreats to the bench once again. They're just trying to clear the zone and get fresh legs, holding on with under 5 minutes remaining in a 3-1 game. Trying to move on to the semifinal of the small school championship. Schifrin helping it along. Can't be settled there by Ford. Banked back down low. Nickerson to play it at the near hash. It's backhanded along by Ford once again. LA comes away with it. Hoofing this forward is Schifrin. Schifrin trying to work it. Costello settles it. Shot was well wide. Schifrin once again up top. Poked free as Hink couldn't hold the line. Works out into neutral ice. Getting knocked down there was Schifrin. And it's poked forward, but up into the St. George's bench with 4:06 remaining. Holding it was Hink. Rimmed all the way around. Costello races to it for Lawrence. At the near hash, she tries to kick it forward. Shot for a tip was sent wide. Holland backhanded along. And chasing after this is Van Ogtrop. Van Ogtrop at the far corner. Tried to throw it out in front once more. Couldn't do so as it got picked off by Tar. Tar trying to work that puck free, but it fell to Holland. Shot from way out. Couldn't be settled. Rebound available. Backhanded attempt. Poking away at there, and they score! And St. George's has one eye on the second round of the small school playoffs. Cora Buzzard. We called her earlier as being one of the best players on the ice in the second and third period. That's her second goal of the game. And with 3.5 left, it is 4-1. Rice to play it from her own end. Carry that spat out into the neutral zone, laid back in by Buffery. Slapped along, Nickerson tried to reverse it. 3 minutes even remaining in the game. Nickerson. Shot went by the goal mouth. Cookingham settles at the far hash. Given down low for Glab. Tried to throw it out in front. Couldn't be settled there. And Laha able to work it forward to Holland, but a turnover as Glab settles on it. Threw that out in front. Cookingham couldn't get a stick to it as she blew a tire. In neutral ice, Hannon will play it from there. Helped along, Hannon along the half boards. Glab there as well with 2:15 remaining. Doucette remains in the net, and that shot was sent wide, and they score! Buzzard with a hat trick! Cora Buzzard entered the game with 6 goals on the season, and now 9. 2 in the third period, and St. George's has opened this game up. And they are now 2 minutes away from moving on. LA will play it from their own end, and a 5-1 game that didn't feel like a 5-1 game. Very closely competitive, but St. George's just able to take advantage of their chances. And this is one of the players who did. Laha, 1-on-2, drives wide. The winner of this game will go on to face New Hampton, who's the number 1 team in the small school bracket, as New Hampton took care of Frederick Gunn School earlier here at the Grant. Minute 20 remaining. Cookingham, one of the seniors on this LA team, in one of her final shifts for the Spartans. She's moving on, though. She'll play at Norwich next season. Kayla Rice, another one of the seniors. She's moving on to Babson next year to play field hockey. And those are the only 2 seniors on this Lawrence team. That's given all the way down, and it's an icing with 57 seconds remaining. helped forward by Bennell, and now it's an offsides. 50 seconds remaining in a very choppy finish to this game. St. George's got off to a 1-0 start at 14 minutes of the first period as Maddie Laha, and now this is Van Ogtrop closing, giving in the middle, and it was just too hot to handle on the 2-on-1, 35 seconds remaining. Laha made it a 1-0 game in the first, and St. George's would jump out to a 3-0 lead via Laha and Buzzard, as that bouncing puck is eventually laid into the near corner, 24 seconds remaining. LA would get the lead trimmed back to 2 as Kaylee Hannon would score to make it 3-1. But 2 goals in the final 3 minutes of this game from the Dragons made it a 5-1 final. 5 seconds left. The Dragons move on to the semifinals of the small school bracket. They will move on to face New Hampton, as that game will most likely be at another neutral site, with both teams being a pretty far distance apart. We will see where that ends up as the rest of the NEPSAC brackets continue to take shape, and we'll have 6 champions crowned, 3 on the boys' side, 3 on the girls' side. For right now, it is St. George's who wins comfortably by a score of 5-1 in a game that was much closer than that. But they won't care how it looks. They only care that they are moving on. Final 2 seniors for Lawrence exit the ice for the final time. Jenna Cookingham and Kayla Rice as they exit. Final game in their high school careers. And we can wrap things up here from the Grant Rank. For Mike Conley, who did an excellent job on the 1s and 2s behind the camera, my name is Brendan Locke. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. Well done, sir.